Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Miramar for our very first game of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. The date is Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2020. My name is Jorisar, and 6 games will tell us which of these teams will be a cut above the rest today. Fantastic set of teams, actually. FaZe Clan are absent today, but pretty much everyone else is here. And we are looking forward to seeing what happens on Miramar, Sanhok, and Erangel as we move forward into our first games of the day. I appear to have accelerated ahead of the plane, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and check where everyone is dropping. Now, for those of us who are joining Scrims for the first time, you will notice that there are a bunch of people on the left, for instance, who are immediately dropping out of the plane and killing themselves. That is on purpose. Please do not worry about it. This is because we have teams of 5 in the PUBG Pro Scrim lobby, and we have that because the coaches can get in and spectate their teams as well. Because after all, this is practice, and we want everyone to improve and really just raise the playing field as high as possible. So that would be that. You don't need to worry about any of that. Instead, we'll be focusing on what is happening in the middle of the map. So while that all gets sorted, let's go ahead and take a look where people are dropping. We appear to have 2 teams relatively close to each other there. I believe that is Tempest, and they are Na'Vi, which will be relatively close by. No, I beg your pardon, not Tempest, it's Tornado Energy, who are relatively close by to Na'Vi. Otherwise, interesting to know that we have 2 teams reasonably close to Monty. And ENCE actually might be squeezing up onto Compot over here. Here's 22 Esports. It looks like only 3 of their players loaded into the lobby, which is definitely unfortunate. And we will watch as Compot basically will be playing Struggle Bear mode a little bit in the same compound as ENCE. We've got Squeaky and Tiksu very close to him right now. Now they are, in fact, in the next house along. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look. I'm pretty sure both of these guys know exactly where the other one is, so that's going to end up being a stare down, which isn't good for the 22 esports player because ENCE have numbers on their side. Tiksu is going to be able to loot to his heart's content and then play around with a flank. We watch as Squeaky now decides pushing in is the right time. Here comes Compot. Oh, and Squeaky goes down. This could be an opportunity for him. Still Tiksu to deal with, though. And we are watching them play cat and mouse over here. He's not sure, Compot that is, how many members of ENCE there are over here. And Compot doesn't want to open the door to get the finish because at the end of the day, it means that that is an opportunity. Shooting the door, just trying to bait something out here, but he won't be able to make it work. Thinking about going out elsewhere. He does open the door and he comes out, and that actually is an opportunity. I thought ENCE absolutely had him covered there, but 22 Esports and Compot have managed to get 2 fantastic kills at the beginning of the game. Compot will be counting his lucky stars that he was able to get around ENCE, and suddenly ENCE are down to 2 people. Diggory and Rustenmar very, very far away from where the rest of 22 Esports are. Well, Rustenmar not so much, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be backing off at this point, and the first circle has been revealed to be absolutely hard as hell northwest. We even have sections of the circle that are cut off on the north and on the west sides. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. Omakin that dropped Valadelmar even, Duma, are going to be rotating reasonably early, and Vashku is going to be picking up Cash Register. Dies is reasonably close by, but he's in a vehicle and should be able to get away fine. The Adepts are in El Azahar. It doesn't look like anyone's really contesting with them at the moment. Sparking is a member of 22 Esports. He wasn't involved in that kerfuffle with ENCE at the beginning, and he's looting a little further away, but will otherwise be okay. No doubt Corsac in chat is giving 22 Esports as much support as he possibly can, and maybe they have been channeling that energy. Corsac, unfortunately, was loading into the game, and then, sadly, for reasons I don't understand, the game crash, he wasn't able to get in here, but that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but, I mean, it's good that everyone's got support from the chat, and fingers crossed they end up doing well. Back to the game. We have a little bit of an early shooty coming out here from Samty, from WTSG. They are on edge of circle in San Martin. San Martin is in the circle, but WTSG would be looking ideally to get ever so slightly closer to the center before they do anything about it. So we'll see We'll see how well this could potentially turn out for them. Team Liquid appears to have crashed Monte Nuevo. Apologies, I missed that on the minimap, but let's go ahead and join that fight. K-Mind and Ibiza are both down at the moment. Jeems getting a little bit of counter damage. This is against Team Entropic. Very high-risk maneuver moving across the road, but that's because they know that several of their opponents are going to be downed as well. He gets spotted, but not quite quick enough to be able to get the knock from across the road. Mexi is going to be able to help Ibiza up. K-Mind, though, unfortunately, is on the other side of the road. Tricro has a couple of shots through that corrugated fence that he got taken up by Jeems. Maybe just letting Jeems know, Jeems just letting him know, rather, that he does know that someone is here. K-Mind is down and out of the game. Sunny will be able to get that confirmed kill. And Sunny has taken some damage. This could spring Tricro into action, who is just on the other side of that fence. Mexi himself is now down. Frag grenade beyond the wall to try and prevent the rest of Entropy Gaming from moving in on Mexi and Ibi. And more frag grenades to support from Jeems. Note, though, that Tricro is still very patiently waiting over here. So Tricro playing the off angle. Ibi now trying to get an angle back onto Tricro, but no one else moving in onto Mexi. So I think this is advantage Team Liquid as things currently stand. What an excellent Molotov from Ibi! And Tricro is going to have absolutely nowhere to go. Ibi manages to get the down, and this allows Jeems actually safe passage to move slightly closer to the rest of Entropy. They are not out of harm's way yet. There are still 2 members of Entropy here. However, Team Liquid, they've lost K-Mine, they've got 2 kills, but it looks like they have the upper hand in this fight. Sunny from across the street. Never mind. Ibi, oh my goodness. Razor sharp there on the SKS. And Flamey gets Mexi down, but won't be able to get the flush. We're now watching Flamey from Entropy Gaming. Can he pull off the heroics here? Spots Jeems. Going for the 3x spray. Not quite connecting on that occasion. Able to reposition himself, though, as a result, which might be useful. Mexi looking like he's going to be coming up once again. Jeems getting a lot of spray his way. Does take a fair bit of damage, but he doesn't quite go down. And suddenly it's a 3v1. There are people slightly further away shooting at him now as well. That's Flamey down from Jeems. There was, I think, a frag chuck there or something. Well, I guess it exploded, but didn't actually kill any of Team Liquid. So that means Team Liquid will be able to win that fight as we move further into the circle. Team Liquid, as a result, by the way, are very, very close to the edge here. And best of luck taking a look at Entropic, sorry. Inside crater fields. I'm not particularly concerned at the moment. I don't feel like that 1v3 is something he desperately wants to take. I think it's more looking to get a good amount of intel out of this situation. Elsewhere, we have Tempest and Tomil moving up very close to an airdrop. It looks like it's going to be uncontested. I don't think anyone else is going to be rushing to pick that up. So I have a feeling Tomil is going to be the lucky recipient of whatever's in this crate. Let's find out what it is. It's an AUG with full level 3 gear and a painkiller. Reasonably useful crate there. So Team Tempest will be able to get that. WTSG are looking at La Cabrera. And Vard is trying to work out if anybody is there. He hasn't been shot at yet, but Kemba is reasonably close by. Interestingly, sat in a vehicle. What's going on here? Has Kemba disconnected? Oh no! Well, first of all, I'm very, very pleased that I managed to catch that on camera, +1 for observing, but also, that's really unfortunate. If Kemba is busy reloading back into the game, and then he loads back in and finds out that he is dead, that is not ideal at all. We're now on board with Phanom and the Adepts, looking towards the rest of the WTSG position. Remember, this is on the northeastern part of the next circle. Circle 2, by the way, has popped out, and it is going to be very far east compared to Circle 1. So we're moving away from the edges of the map. We're going to be fighting west of San Martin, south of La Cabrera, and this position here, sort of east of Crater Fields, and these compounds here might actually be an excellent compound to take. Before that, though, we watched 22 Esports who are rushing into this compound, and I believe that's the Crazy Crew. It is the Crazy Crew, shooting at them from high ground here. We've got a Mini 14 and a red dot. Not the ideal loadout there from Compot, who did start the game, remember, with those 2 kills onto Ents. He needs a better scope on that if he can find one. That's for sure. But they've got the compound. They now have to decide if they want to be moving any further inward. Team Liquid are going to have to move much further in from where they were in Monty earlier. If you remember, they had that early game fight. Vascu has gone down to Bestalok, so we were thinking Bestalok might be looking inside Crater Fields. No, sir. He is going to be checking out what's north of him as well, and he manages to get the confirmed kill. So Na'Vi at the moment getting their first point on the board. But they are unfortunately down to 2 people. Getting a second down and possibly a second kill. It is a second kill onto cash register as well. And that drops Omakan to just 2 members. It's Paige and T-Bone left alive for them. We're at the 10.5 minute mark in this game. There's 15 teams and 51 players alive. You're watching the PUBG EU Pro Scrims for Wednesday the 8th of April. My name is Jorisar, and Team Liquid have decided they don't like Raise Your Edge very much. Let's go ahead and check this out. Michael gets shot out of a vehicle reasonably close by to the rest of his teammates who have taken a warehouse compound. Mexi looking for more targets there. I think trying to resurrect Michael is going to be a tall order. Possible if someone goes out in a vehicle and uses a couple of smokes, for example, but it would absolutely be high risk. We watch now as Mexi looks to move closer to the warehouse to try and get a better angle and an easier time shooting the rest of Raise Your Edge. Let's see if he's able to do that. I think the rest of Rye have realized that Michael is, shall we say, unsalvageable at this point of the game, unfortunately. And they will no doubt be pressing themselves further inward to just kind of chill out a little bit. And no, we're going for it. Gaxi's going for it. High risk maneuver. This is the part in wrestling where they get up onto the tightrope. And they say, oh, he's going for the high ropes. Is he going to be able to do it? Grenades coming out towards Michael now to try and flush the teams that are obviously going to be resurrecting. He's got the Marauder to shield from the other side, and Gaxi manages to get to him. Very nicely done there. I honestly did not think they were going to try and make that gauntlet, because the rush from the warehouse to where Michael is. Raise Your Edge could easily be down to 2 players right now. Lampalot on Los HD, assisting with additional smoke grenades for Michael and Gaxi to get back to the warehouse safely. They've got a bike. We're going to follow the bike. Here we go. Bullets. Bullets everywhere. 1, 2, 3 of those bullets are going to hit. And Michael goes down once more. He's going to have to... Oh, God. He's getting shot from all over the place right now. And it looks like, unfortunately, Ibby and James are going to be able to get that angle. And as a result, Raise Your Edge are actually down a player. Michael... He's down twice, but Gaxi is going to be the one to give his life there. So Raise Your Edge with 3 people anyway, after an absolutely heroic rescue effort, it has to be said. But unfortunately, it's not enough at this point, as Team Liquid take them down to 3 while rotating around them. Omakan Esports have been eliminated, and that's actually by Iro. Apologies, I didn't actually get a shot on that, but it looks like Iro up north with the rest of his teammates at this little shanty town will be able to eliminate the remaining 2 members of Omakan Esports, taking WTSG's tally now to 3. So that means that's another team out. Only 14 remain. Where else are the fights going to be going? Well, it looks like as this circle disappears, we might have to check out Team Liquid again, but we have Unity over here fighting Team Phantom to get into the circle as well. Quizzy looks down and very deep in enemy territory. D-Mash is actually almost on top of him right now. So I'm not sure Unity, unless they push really hard south, are going to be able to secure that position for Quizzy. And indeed, he gets finished off by D-Mash as well. A small portion of his body is visible to Orange, and that's all he's going to need. Trying to insta-frag to see if we can get the follow-up kill. That is an excellent frag grenade, and D-Mash will instantly go down. The rest of Team Phantom now realize there is nobody inside that compound for them to go to. They're going to have to crash into it to get a little bit of cover anyway. And as a result, Unity and Team Phantom are down to a 3v3. Dies has an interesting off angle on top of that hill. I'm a little worried he's going to get third-partied by other people, though. Buster and the Wanderer are the 2 people in that compound facing off against Unity. Next circle. Not that crazy. We're cutting out La Cabrera and Crater Fields. Fair enough. Not really anyone outside of the circle that desperately needs to make a heroic rotation to make it in. So that's more something for us to note, but not necessarily something for us to act upon at this very moment. Let's look at the fights elsewhere. Looks like this Team Liquid fight is now starting to heat up. Ibby, James, and Mexi spotting Rahina. Wow, outside in the blue, Nookie getting a lot of hits on him. Misa might actually have to heal before getting into the blue as well. That was a good bit of damage coming out from Team Liquid, but Raise Your Edge are still close to them, so they don't really want to be moving out close, and that's the reason why Lost HD taking the opportunity to fire on James when he can't shoot back. He's down to 37 hit points, but it looks like they just about managed to get away from that compound. Mexi has scouted out a completely different compound, very close to Wookie Bookie, it has to be said, for Team Liquid to occupy, and they will be able to get in safely. Well done to them. Rahina E-Game Stars now are going to have to deal with Raise Your Edge. Let's go back on board with Los HD, teammate of Michael, of course, who's, when he went down earlier, he basically had to rush in. And he was the one who sort of kickstarted that fight with Team Liquid. And Tropic eliminated off camera, and that was actually Team Phantom. So that ongoing fight at the moment seems to be going well for Phantom there. The next circle, by the way, is basically centered right on 22 Esports, who we saw take out 2 members of ENDS very early on. There also appears to be a little bit of Sendit going on here from WTSG, but the Crazy Crew and the Adepts are going to suggest that they can't get any further than this compound. Team Liquid are going to have to move out of the compound next to Wookie Bookie, as well as they are not safe in circle. And finally, Raise Your Edge are going to have to rotate into Team Liquid. There's no real choice here. Buster and the Wanderer will move out, by the way, before these guys get in, so Nookie and Co should be okay, but they're going to be moving into territory currently held by Unity. So let's go ahead and watch from Team Phantom's point of view, because this could get a little bit hairy. Oh dear, never mind. Rahina E-Game Stars have crashed the compound where Team Phantom used to be, and suddenly everyone but the Wanderer is gone. He's going to have to do the rest of the game as a solo, looking for Rahina, but at the end of the day, if 3 people, or it's either 3 or 4 people crash your compound, there's really not much you can do about that. That's good timing there from Rahina, or anti-timing from Team Phantom, depending on how you want to look at it. Third party so difficult in this game. The Wanderer getting shot at from Team Liquid once again, and Mexi will finish the fight that he had a hand in starting. Na'Vi also getting eliminated. That's Young and Bestalok getting taken out, I believe, at the north side of the circle there. And now we have a very interesting fight brewing. Rahina versus Team Liquid. Team Liquid have a lot of mid-game fights right now. Big spray onto Mexi. Only one of those bullets connecting. And Onuktiv from behind, taking shots onto Upezic, saying, actually, you're not the only guys here, by the way. Ibby and Mexi very close to Upezic, who is down. James might be able to get an angle onto Nookie, but there's someone onto his left. That's Misa. He'll get the finish onto James as well. Very, very quick. And Team Liquid are very, very permanently down to 3 people. Misa's location is now known, though. James will be radioing that in, and Ibby should be here to pick up the pieces. If he gets the drop and the element of surprise here, that's going to be very useful for him. But Rahina, in the meantime... Wow! I thought for a second that trading fire led to Ibby going down, but that's actually Raise Your Edge from earlier. Los HD takes down Ibby, and now Team Liquid on a little bit of a tricky position. They've got 2 members of Rahina ahead of them. They've got Onuktiv's Orange right on the next side, and yes, Team Liquid gets eliminated. How come I clicked Team Liquid and someone completely different came up? There we go. He must because he just died. Mexi gets taken down. And Team Liquid are out, basically after fighting 3 completely different teams. But we're still going to stay on board with this fight, because Unity here still have a score to settle, I think, with Rahina. And of course, Raise Your Edge are still in this fight. And this is before I talk about Tempest's Wookie Bookie as well. Upezic possibly about to knock Orange. And Orange hasn't really got that much in the way of cover from this point. Set goes down. Orange managing to get a res off. The rest of his team are actually significantly closer to that. Set, by the way, possibly unrecoverable. We'll have to wait and see. Misa and Nookie have to leave Upezic alone. This circle is too much. Set is not going to be able to get revived as a result as well. But unfortunately, that means everybody is shooting at these guys from every angle. And Los HD will actually contribute to that, even though Unity will get the kills onto Rahina. And as a result, they are the second team to go down. Raise Your Edge versus Nookie at the moment, hoping that there's no third party from Unity. That frag is good! That frag is very good! Rahina E-Game Stars eliminated in 10th place, and Los HD with the Kobe that will take them there. Fex, where is Fex? Oh, I see. Wookie Bookie is gatekeeping the south part of the circle, but the rest of the team are out over here. Okay, well, this is interesting because every compound in the next circle, as you can see now, has been taken. Miracu's trying to hold for the rest of the team. Iroh and Samti should really rotate around here as soon as possible because they have Tornado Energy trying to contest. Rotating around here should be more or less straightforward. And I think that, yes, they will be able to hold off. Now, the question is, where Tornado Energy go from here? I'm not too sure. Orange and Michael are having a little bit of a tussle here. And Michael is down to bandages. He's down to bandages. The circle's coming in. He's not going to be able to get past maybe 1/3 of his hit points before the circle hits him. Molotovs are inching closer to his face. And he's got a very angry member of Unity on the other side of that Molotov. All in all, this isn't a great position for him to be in. But he's going to try and play it out anyway. Orange has moved further west. But he's going to have to move into circle and worry about Wookie Bookie now. And that's because Orange has a vehicle. I think Michael will hear that. Oh! I'm not sure too many people want to be dealing with that. And that is exactly why you probably want to try and run to circle instead. However, Unoctive would have had that angle. Anyway, Razor Edge eliminated. Wookie Bookie suddenly left with nobody to gatekeep. Easy peasy. These circles are absolutely furious. The Adepts gate crashing a compound. We're going to take a look at this. This is the crazy crew holding this place. We're on board with Furax now. Lots of smoke grenades to mask not only the visuals, but the footsteps of the Adepts as they move through. That M4 has iron sights. At this stage of the game, I'm very surprised that M4 has iron sights, but whatever. Furax is basically good with a pan if you give that to him. So not particularly worried. That's the sight for him. He's got a 2x now. Certainly better than iron anyway. A couple of shots go at them from afar. But it's the crazy crew these guys are worrying about. They know they're basically 20 meters from them right now. And they have to decide the correct approach to dealing with them. ALG, or Alga, and Taravilo. Very close now to the entire crew of the Adepts. Now, the Adepts being up north will be beneficial to them because they'll be able to use windows to jump out and have other routes in as well. Which means they're suddenly going to have to be looking at many, many more directions. Tomil going for the finish on Diggory. Gets it. Only Rustenmar left from Ents, and in 30 seconds time, he's going to have to move. The circle dictates it. Unity being attacked from approximately everywhere right now. Orange is the last player alive with 8 hit points. They get eliminated by a combination of Tempest and... Oh, Tempest and Tempest by the looks of things. Although they are very close by to 22 Esports as well. Right. Here's where the squeeze happens. Let's take a look at the squeeze. Here comes Rustenmar. He's going for glory. I wish I had Chariots of Fire on tap right now because that's what I would be playing. Can he get away from the rest of Tempest? He's got a wheel taken out of his vehicle and it's at about a 1/3 HP, but it looks like he's just about going to be able to survive. But at what cost? He's moving straight into a crazy crew and the Adepts. We rejoin them. Oh, never mind. We rejoin Furax on the floor. Jesus, what's going on here? We have Sunzi still up for the Adepts. Just about. And he gets taken out by the crazy crew. Now, Rustenmar might be looking to third party this, so this could be a problem. He's on the other side of that larger building. The crazy crew are down to 2. It looks like Kelias will get picked up by Pluto. But Rustenmar is very, very close. The Adepts eliminated in this combat. Oh, no! We have literally a 3rd, 4th, and 5th party coming in because Tempest have decided now is going to be the time for them to check stuff out as well. Oh, me. Oh, I think Rustenmar just got taken out by Tempest on their way in. Okay. So we're down to our final 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. We have the crazy crew. We have Tempest coming in from the southeast. We have 22 Esports, who, by the way, started this game a man down and eliminated 2 members of Ents. They're pretty awesome. But WTSG, with 5 kills to their name and still with 3 alive, have the west side of the circle. 40 seconds until the circle basically closes on all 4 of these teams, and they're all pretty chill at the moment. No one really shooting anyone else. He says, as gunshots ring out to signify people shooting other people, but don't worry about it. And the next circle and necessary movements are probably going to dictate what happens next. But Tempest, at the moment, are looking at the crazy crew and they're thinking, when is our opportunity to move in? That's a headshot onto Kelias. Pluto, the only member left standing. Clib has spotted him. Is this cue for Tempest to move in? Yes, it is. Here comes the frag grenades onto the top floor where they know Kelias was. That second frag looks good, and it is good. Clib takes those 2 points, and Crazy Crew are eliminated. Big shift now over towards WTSG. 22 still in the circle. It's only Tempest that are forced to move for phase 7 in 30 seconds or so. Potential exciting finish here, but WTSG are certainly going to have eyes on Tempest as they move out. They definitely have the worst position as things currently stand. Wookie Bookie bringing a vehicle around. I believe that's only a buggy, though. They could use vehicles to attempt to crash one end of that compound. That might even be a possible good move for them, depending on how split they think WTSG are. They've only got a couple of seconds to decide, though. They either have to run with smokes or take their vehicles and crash in. Let's see if they're going to send it. We're going to keep eyes on Tempest even if other people are watching. Yes, the Murado's getting fired up. I can hear the vehicles. I think sending it is going to be the order of the day here. Let's watch from a neutral perspective. Here comes Tempest over the hills and far away. Tempest Clan comes to play. Here they come against WTSG, crashing into the right-hand side. Samty and Miracu are both there. Here comes Clip. Rest of his squad are going to be rolling in shortly. Samty goes down very quickly indeed. Miracu, the other side of the Venga bus. The Venga bus is coming, and everybody's jumping, or at least Tempest certainly are. 2 members of WTSG going down very early on. This was a successful push from Team Tempest, but the job is not done yet. Iroh is still in this compound somewhere. They need to try and get a res off onto Tomil as well. Multiple smokes going down to try and hold all angles. They're not 100% sure where their opponent is at the moment, and you can see Iroh here. Very close by, getting the finish onto Tomil at the very least. So that's another point for WTSG, who have 6 points on the board now. Looking for Clib around the corner, but there are going to be multiple people moving from around the other side. That's why Iroh is coming back in, possibly even going upstairs, so that there are fewer angles he has to deal with. That would be a very smart move. Phase 7 almost finished now. Still 3 teams left and 6 alive, but only the 1 for WTSG. We have Tempest and we have 22 esports. So this could turn into a 2v3 if Iroh goes down here to the numbers advantage. But as we all know, Iroh doesn't deal with numbers advantages. He goes 1v8. Yeah, all right, go on then. And he takes on pretty much every fight that's ever been thrown at him. So never ever count Iroh out. What a great Molotov in the middle, by the way, of that absolutely brilliant spray. Iroh is just about going to be able to survive that while first aiding. Wookie Bookie, here's the footsteps. That's a flashbang as someone comes running in. Iroh is flashed, but manages to make it onto the rooftop. And wow, very nice position there. Iroh is in a very defensible little corner. I think Tempest's going to have to come back from elsewhere. Never mind, 22 esports might be doing their job for them. And yes, as he was looking away... Oh dear, Clib manages to get Iroh, but unfortunately Wookie Bookie goes down. You know what this means. It's 2 teams left and 4 alive. 22 esports knows it's a 3v1. Clib, who has done very well this game. Tempest have 9 kills, by the way, and Clib has 4 kills himself. Absolutely tremendous achievement, but here comes the rest of 22 esports. Dark Choice is going to be the first one to spot Clib. They will not be able to surpass Tempest's kill count, but they can get the full 10 points for winning the game. 4 kills so far, the tally for their team, starting the game with extra support in chat because they had 3 players. They've got all 3 alive, and they could be on the cusp of winning this game. The energy given to these guys from chat is real. Clib, of course, can still clutch out the 3v1. It's all to play for. Phase 8 was effectively a donut. No one really having to move. Part of the compound still in circle. Clib looking for the early knock onto Compot. Won't find it. Sparking, thinking about doing a little bit of a flank. He's moving further and further inward. I'm pretty sure Clib would hear it right now, but Compot ends it all with a beautifully well-positioned frag grenade, and 22 esports with 5 kills, ladies and gentlemen, are going to win game number 1 of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. What a game that was.